But today we're gonna talk about Somalia, man.
Too much, bro.
You've been on Somalis for too long, bro. I got you today. Would you be shut up? You've been on Somalis for too long. What have you got? What have you got against Somali people, bro? What have you got against Somali people? Now I want to talk about Somali people. Are you mad? Yes, I'm not mad.
Listen. My opinion of listening carefully.
I'm listening.
My issue with some of you, because remember my first introduction to Somalis, that they were proper pro-black. Content over everything.
So what?
Proper pro-black.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Flipping out. In other words, they love Malcolm X. They love Marcus Garvey. Like the causes of black people.
Okay.
Brother, listen.
But we love the Sahaba as well. Go on.
This guy. You see this guy?
We love black people. This
you
because we love
asked me a
someone.
question about Somalis. Stay on topic.
Okay, go on.
So I'm saying, then when I meet Somalis telling me, no, he asked me a question. So I'm saying,
by the way, Somali corner part, I don't know which part is this one. It's Somali corner. Go on.
You know, the Prophet ﷺ said from our hadith, you might not accept it, yeah?
We're talking about Somali though.
Bro, Somalia is better, it's more important than Islam.
I know it is part of Islam, but this guy is this one's got something about it. He's always on.
Look, what the fuck? Is that a freaking man?
This is Horn of Africa.
I know, bro. I'm from North Africa.
This is the start of civilization, bro.
I know. Sudan, Somalia.
Yeah. Eritrea.
Is that Morocco split from
We're the Nubians, man. We're the Nubians, bro.
Me, I'm Moroccan, innit? So I'm Berber, innit?
Oh, you're Berber?
Yeah.
But did you know that the real Berbers look like us? They look like more Somalis.
My mum.
Yeah. Dark, innit?
Dark.
Imagine this, yeah. They got curly hair.
Yeah, like me.
Dark skin, exactly.
I go darker than this.
You know, in Hargeisa, we've got a city called Berbera.
Nothing to see.
And that name was called from centuries, man. That's exactly, you know what I mean?
At least you're gonna come here, you know.
Yeah, what's going on here?
What is this, bruv? Wallahi, I think there certain man ain't got their proper faculties like in their head, bruv. Man are big man,
when you debate with
like...
people, listen, when you debate with people, I swear down, they literally lose their mind. I was debating with Tan. You tried to compare private school and public school. You can't compare.
What was he trying to prove, bro?
You're trying to prove me.
Bruv, I don't even know why man talk to these bros anyway, bruv. Bruv, serious talk. If you talk to Tan, bruv, you need to fix up.
Bro,
I swear you.
bro.
You can fix up,
I
bruv.
wanted to...
Bro,
I was losing.
Muslim.
Bro,
Big
I
up,
was
Raj.
losing.
We need to chat
I was losing it.
Bro, what's all that?
That's the Somali flag.
Is that
Who's that?
Somali
What's
flag?
that?
Yeah, 100%, man.
There's a fight.
Yeah, I'm not getting in that, bruv. That's, what? Bro, what can I do? I can't benefit over there, bruv.
I want to stay here.
You know what, yeah? This guy is such a great representation. I thought you should, like, whenever I see you,
Let's talk about hell and heaven today. I don't want to talk
let's
about...
not get into controversy.
No,
man.
let's because last
not
time
get into controversy.
last time I didn't have
Bro, do you know
time.
what
Today
it
I've
is?
got time.
No, I don't want to be cruel to you. Man. You're a
No,
nice
please,
guy,
please,
so
please, I want to hear this.
Let me be nice on one.
For me, it's my
Can we
first
have a
time
nice
here.
day?
No, it's my first time here. It's my first time
How about
here.
we talk about Indian history?
It's going to have to go into
No,
negativity
Indian history.
again.
Nah, do you know what?
Indian history.
True, he's on the horn, yeah? You're Asia. Maybe
I'm
you can
North.
talk about the Afro.
Because we taught you a lot. We taught you a lot. Like you got a lot from
Corridor,
us.
like-
Too much.
No,
Or maybe
also
they
India
taught
as
you,
well.
bro.
No, also
No,
India
they
as
ain't taught
well.
us shit.
Are you sure,
I
bro?
swear to God.
No.
We were civilized.
History might disagree, bro.
Wallahi, we were civilized, right? Like this, we're talking about the start of civilization, yeah? We were more civilized compared to a lot of African countries, right?
Look at Egypt, Sudan and Somalia.
Who gave like
70,000 years
the
ago.
culture, you know, the ancient culture of Egypt? What do you?
We're doing a group hug and all that. What happened?
You know the ancient Egyptian culture
Bro.
came from us, bro. You know that?
I know that.
The ancient Egyptian culture came from us.
The Medjais were from Sudan and Somalia.
Exactly. Look, the Nubians. Listen,
Yeah.
Asabia, I'm gonna debunk this guy. Asabia for this guy, yeah. Asabia, listen. Wait. Asabia, Somali Empire.
Abdul Hakim was in the Times today.
Yeah, listen. Asabia means tribal. We do not want tribal. We want unity, nation, one, one ummah, one people.
He knows.
Yeah.
Just like Egypt before it fell. One nation.
One nation, exactly.
One nation.
Hey, yo, James.
One
I
nation.
swear down, if Egypt didn't fall, you see how powerful it would have been by now.
Imagine that, bro. But that's if you
Even Samaria,
that's if we're still ruling
even
that.
ancient Samaria, ancient Iraq.
That's ancient. That's too ancient.
Even it's still around the same time.
Yeah. But do you think ancient what's it called Samaria got destroyed by God?
No,
Because
it's their own fault. Just like Rome. Just like Rome.
Or is it like Rome?
Just how Rome fell. Corruption.
That was an ignorant question, but yeah, sometimes you have to show it. Yeah, you know, all the time.
Bro, every ancient civilization fell, bro.
Yeah, but
because it's their own fault.
Some civilization failed because they were. You know what? There's a verse in the Quran that says that human beings, they create their own faults, then they blame Allah. Like,
Just look at Britain now.
exactly, bro.
Politics is the worst. Politics is the worst thing. Me, I study. I just finished right now. I'm getting uni.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
Yeah,
Still
we're going. Yeah.
So inshallah, that I'll go uni. But like I said, politics is the worst. I'm telling you right now, because it's full of debate, and debate causes war. And when it causes war, it causes inflation in different countries. And that's what happens in ancient civilizations. It caused war, and it caused inflation. Then it caused decreasing profit and decreasing liquidity.
Wow.
It's economics. If you look at ancient Rome, for example, Rome was a powerful civilization. So was Turkey. Turkey as well.
Yeah, the Turkish Empire.
Turkish Empire, very powerful.
Yeah.
Afghanistan, powerful.
Yeah.
And they all, when it fell, they all split. But they had to go somewhere. And why do you think in Morocco there's a lot of multicultural places?
Yeah.
There's a lot of multicultural places, like we mix with Turkish, the French, the Spanish. Like there's one part where I'm from is like Berber.
Yeah.
You know this as well.
Yeah.
Where you just got completely just tribal. We come from the south.
Yeah.
Somalia, Sudan, Egypt, Saudi, all those other places.
Wow. Exactly, man. It's deep, bro.
It's all about economic inflation and politics.
Yeah.
Because back then, men were having it.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Go on. Sorry to interrupt.
It's alright, man. It's alright. No, I just want to have your say as well, innit?
Yeah. So basically, we're talking about me. When I stand in front of the camera, I like to talk about my people, Somalia, or the Somali people, how far their history was. You get me?
Everyone knows
me,
how far it's
yeah, exactly. Me, I don't think I'm surprised that you know, because a lot of people don't even know what this is.
I know. My mum, mashallah, bro, she speaks about it all the time.
Wow.
The Horn of Africa, Sudan, the Sudanese are the pyramids.
Yeah.
How they have this the smell, like, you know when you burn, what's it called again?
We call it unsi, but I don't know what you guys call it. Yeah.
Have it in the house. When you smell it, it cleanses.
Exactly.
It's cleansing.
Earlier I was telling Raj that most of the Indian tradition and what they use, apart from the parts that was introduced to them by Chinese people, but when you go back to ancient times, a lot of things like, for example, when it comes to food flavors, when it comes to boat making, a lot of traditional things. Exactly, there's a lot of things that we introduced to India, we've introduced to the Arabs. For example, there's this traditional thing that they wear. It's called ma'awis in our language, but they wear it, but they're not in Somalis. You get me? So there's a lot of things like when it comes to technology. For example, do you know the islands? What's it called again?
What island?
Starts with M.
Madagascar.
No, something island. Medieval islands. What was it? Yo, Kali. What was that island that we conquered? Those islands. Maldives. Yeah. So basically, we used to govern the Maldives, and also there's a place called Sofala, Mozambique, right? Sofala, the name that's a city, right? The city, that's Somali word. Sofala means go and cultivate. Sofal or skat sofal. That's what we say. Sofala. There's a lot of things. For example, when you learn the Somali language and you learn the ancient what do you call the ancient Egyptian language, right? It's just two parallel, same thing. Yeah. Culture, everything.
Think about where Christianity came from.
I wouldn't say it's from Somalia.
No, I wouldn't say Somalia. What, Egypt when it fell.
Oh yeah, because then they
use
mixed
interpretations. You see Horus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
True. But that was after though.
Set.
Yeah.
They say that shaitan basically. They say that shaitan. You see, they use the same thing. You see, the Bible came from the same thing through when they use the same interpretations from mythology when it comes to Egypt.
Yeah. And earlier you were talking about sorry to interrupt. What's his name? Isa. Okay, let's bring those documents right now.
I've got a USB. I've got a USB.
Let's send it to him. Let's send it for him. Now, he's about there. Let's send it to him. Let's send it for him, bro.
I've got documents as well.
Say wallahi.
I've got three USBs full of documents.
Take my number, right, and then text me, and then I'll add you back. But I don't want to say it on camera.
Me, I could have sent you so many documents, bro.
About Somalia.
About everything you want to know.
That's it. Because I need that, bro.
Everything you want to know. Me, I've got documents about classified stuff and other things that people really want to understand.
Yeah.
If I was to show you it will affect your reality. I'm trying to say, it will affect your perspective on this illusion, this test that we live in. This illusion, that test illusion is sort of like the same thing, because this illusion we're living right now, debt. You work on it. You're born, you go through schooling.
22, you're finished basically.
22, uni, you finish.
You try to get a job, you're 26.
19, max apprenticeship for young people now. And then you go into debt. You have to pay tax, 30% tax. That's why people think of moving to Dubai or Monaco to not pay tax, so they can have a six-figure salary. And after that, they go to.
Why is it here today?
They get married. Whether it's Muslim or Christian, they get married.
Because everybody talks about everything, but nobody talks about
Met.
Somalia. So I'm here to represent Somali people.
Kemut, that means that they die.
Okay, what language?
Moroccan.
Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, like,
But that's society now.
what are you saying? Look, I mean, this is like, let me just put it another way. Yeah. For example, you have like, let's just say you go to school. You're taught to, like, when you're not at school, yeah, when you do something good, when you do something good, yeah, you get a star. Right? Hey,
What's
you
the
well
star?
done.
What's the star?
The star, like,
the star is nothing.
Exactly. Basically, it's like you done something
I
good.
never went to public school.
Okay.
I never been to public school.
I did.
I didn't.
It was messed up. It was waste of my time.
How was it then? How was it?
Education-wise,
Hold on to
way
this.
way
We want to
more.
get into
I want to
this.
refute Isa from
Nah, let's send it for him right now, and then later on we can refute him. Go
See,
on.
the one thing I learned in private school is the differences between public. Public, they give you stars. They treat you like you are a minority.
Yeah.
Put you on a naughty step. In private school, they don't do that.
No.
They'd be like, if you misbehave, you have to pay another. My dad used to pay money just so I can stay.
Wow.
Literally. And my dad, like, he's like, okay, private school. What are you gonna gain out of it? You're gonna be in your CV saying you went to Westminster School, one of the best schools in Westminster. Okay, yeah, you went there. It's gonna make no difference. Because in society now, schooling don't make a difference. You're still gonna be indoctrinated. Indoctrinated is basically going through schooling, going through the school system, and a private school system is gonna make no difference to
Do you still get the same shit?
you still get the same shit, but the thing is, it's like a big award if you go to a private school. And it's me who was saying, oh, it's a award you went to private school. But me, I wanted to socialise in public school. So I can meet other Muslims. Me, I was the only Moroccan kid in my school. I'm only Moroccan. You know how much that felt?
Wow, that's lonely, bro.
I was literally, I was on my own the whole time, and literally I had all these rich kids from Chelsea.
All over around the place.
All over the place saying, oh yeah, going out clubbing these guys. I just turned, like, last year they just called me like, okay, go out clubbing. I'm like, bro, it's haram, man. I can't do that. It's haram, 100%. It's haram. But why are you telling me to do this? It's like, oh, but even if you do something bad, you can still pray. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to do it. See, trying to get me through the indoctrination stage. I kept saying, oh, if I give you guidance, if I should give you the Quran, you have to read it. You have to learn the classical Arabic terms. Reading it in the English translation ain't gonna make a difference.
And by the way, one of the best da'is to learn from is Nouman Ali Khan. You know Nouman Ali Khan? No. Basically, you need to look into him. Like, he would take a certain, for example, yesterday I was studying Surah Lahab, Tabajada Bilah Mu'tabba, and the way he dissects the surah, he gives you the definition of every word. Like, you know, in the Quran, it just says, cursed or perished be the hands of Abu Lahab, right? But he defines the word, what Lahab and Tabat means. I wrote a whole, like, I was writing what he was saying, it was like long, just from that word. It was a long statement I wrote, just to remind myself. You get me? It's deep, he just goes in details. So that's one of the people that you need to learn from, inshallah.
The only people I
because other scholars, what they would do, they just teach you the basics.
my best.
Yo, don't Zayd, where you going, man? No, we need to send it for him right now. He's not gonna come. No, let's send it for a minute.
The only
Nah, basically, انت وقليبنا عليه no. مسج احنا قدرنا. فهمت؟ هذول دعوانا.
The only reciter I like listening to is Mufti Menk.
Mufti Menk is okay. I don't.
And the only surahs I know is Al-Fatiha and Al-Baqarah. That's the only two I read.
That's good enough.
That's the only two. That's the only two I know.
That's good enough.
But me, I'm still, because you know me, I I can write Arabic, but I can't read it. It's confusing.
See, you see my problem. See, me, I can read and I can write, but I don't understand.
I only can write it, but I can't understand.
That's the Somali style, isn't it? We can read and write, but we don't understand, bro. Yeah.
No, it's like the similar, the same thing as me. It's a lot of Moroccans that can tell you, oh, I can read it, but I can't write it. But me, I can write it, but I can't read it.
Wow. Yeah, but anyways, let's go back to the history part, right? So basically, we're talking about Somalia, innit, and how we've been worldwide. Like, obviously, Somalia was never called Somalia, right? Yeah. So, for example, you know the word Fir'aun, right, or Pharaoh. It has two Somali meanings. Fir'aun means, for example, this is a better word as well. Fir means, you know, the lineage, or it's like saying royal family, for example. The blood, that royal family means they are like one blood, right? Fir means the lineage, own of owned, right? So basically, everything is all otherwise Farah, innit? Yeah, Farah also means, yeah, Pharaoh.
What
Farah.
I do know about ancient Egypt, innit, is basically, you know how the land of the Punt, land of Punt, it was basically in Somalia, innit?
Yeah.
And what we had, you know, land of Punt, people that were there, they referred to themselves as gods, innit? It's called the land of the gods. And if you wasn't from the land of Punt, you weren't allowed to rule Egypt, innit? So what Somali did was, they migrated to North Egypt, innit? And that's how it became pharaohs. And he was saying, oh, like, okay, you're making a huge claim, innit? You need evidence for that. But
There is evidence.
yeah, genealogy, innit? We had the same haplogroup. You know what I mean? That haplogroup started in East Africa.
Actually, before we even get to the haplogroup,
Yeah.
you know what? Sorry, my phone is off and I can't show. But you know, Italy, when they were sending letters to Somalia, when they first conquered or colonized, what they did is that they would, the stamp that they would send it to us, or the stamp that they would use to come through Somalia, was the Egyptian hieroglyphics. The stamp. No any other African country had that stamp except Somalia. Right? Even Egypt didn't have that stamp. So if, for example, if a letter would be sent from Somalia, it had the Egyptian hieroglyphics. You know how you have the crane's head on your royal paper. That's the same thing with that's how it was. Like you have like two Egyptian hieroglyphic picture, red and black, and they carry in a box, meaning a message, because that's how they used to carry messages. You understand? That's how it used to go. I have a lot of pictures, man.
Royalty.
Royalty.
I know that. Royalty. I know this already. I have evidence of this, bro. Brother, I have evidence of
People
this.
don't know. You know what?
People don't know. You speak to people about this. You know why? Because it's been whitewashed so much.
Thank you.
It have been whitewashed.
Thank you.
Bro, I can tell you about this right now.
Whitewashed.
They've been whitewashed. I go to McNess. McNess has got still got the old what's it called again? I forgot. No, McNess. You know what it is? There's something that they don't tell you in history. That has been reverse slavery.
Oh.
Reverse slavery. It's when the Moroccans took the British as slaves.
Imagine, look, you know Queen
And we
Sheba.
still have the old.
Do you know Queen Sheba? Yeah.
You go to Medina, Marrakesh, you still see dungeons.
Wow.
You still see dungeons because you know what it is. People don't understand. If I see, like, in my private school, I spoke about reverse slavery, and they hated it because they're always going to talk about me. They're always going to talk about Black history. I'm like, bro, name me. It's not going to make a difference. I know so many people. They don't mention Black History Month, but when I mention reverse slavery, they get offended.
Reverse slavery happened many times, man. Even like, you know, when the Portuguese came to us, to Somalia, innit? We beat them in naval warfare, and until now, we have those same Portuguese people in Somalia, innit? And they're the Banadiri people. You know what I mean? That's what you see light-skinned Somalis, innit?
Yeah, I know. You see a lot.
Yeah, you know, them light-skinned ones, are the ones that we basically enslaved, and
they look proper Indian or proper.
Yeah, you seen them, innit?
Same as Moroccan, you get a lot of light skin. Same as myself. I'm not naturally this colour. If I go
Moroccan
Morocco,
is naturally that colour. You
my
know
mum and my dad, they're black.
Yeah, they're Berbers, innit? They're Berbers.
Berbers.
I know, bro.
I'm from Atlas
North Africa.
Mountains. I'm from Atlas Mountains.
North Africa been Arabized.
Arabized, I know.
Yeah.
Also westernized, Arabized and westernized.
Arabized and westernized
Yeah,
by
Roman,
the Spanish
the Roman
and the
Empire
French.
and the Umayyads.
And the Turkish.
Yeah, bro. All North Africa was Berbers.
Originally Berbers.
Yeah. You guys speak Arabic, but
we speak different.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
speak
different. Even genes, you're not Arab.
It's like Egyptian hieroglyphics and Berber is like the same as well.
Yeah,
You know,
Somali
look, before Somalia was called, you know what? Yeah, exactly. They used to call Ard al Berber. Somalia were called, they thought we were Berbers because we look so much like Berbers. We wear the head thing and the desert, everything. It was like our hair, our skin color, we just look like Berbers, right? But what they don't understand is that actually Somalia, or Somali people, moved from their region all the way to the Berber lands, all the way to Egypt and took it over, like just like that, and we became the kings, bro.
I know that. My mum told you about my blood, my history.
Yeah.
Like, see, my name is Idrissi. Idrissi is like the Berber interpretation of royalty. So like, mum was telling me about my great-great-grandfather and stuff in the Atlas Mountains used to dig for diamonds and dig for gold until the French came and they cleaned out the whole place.
Yeah, you clean out the whole North Africa, yeah.
Cleaned out the whole North Africa. It's still the riads in Marrakesh. It's still got gold and diamonds in the walls. If you buy a riad and you hit the walls, you probably find something because they're so old. Same as in Somalia. Somalia, they've got the old buildings that has been there for thousands of years.
Also, we've got what was that? Cave painting.
Oh, that's good.
Imagine breaking through that cave painting and you find something.
Wow.
Anyone jump in?
Our ancestors had to hide their own things from the West. So
Because they're stealing our inheritance.
they're stealing. You see the Bank of England. Because I'm economist. The Bank of England has about 40 trillion. I don't even know how much. I'm talking about
Yeah,
trillions.
they have the underground.
Have an underground bunker, stolen gold from Africa and India.
Bro, yeah, I knew about
From
it. Yeah.
Africa and India, stolen gold.
That's crazy.
Crazy, and the Queen is laughing.
It's crazy. But at the end of the day, it's like
Imagine if you take it back.
it's not gonna happen.
It will happen.
But it's gonna be war.
It will happen.
There's not gonna be no war.
There's gonna be no war. There's gonna be economical collapse where they have to use gold either way.
But that's not gonna happen. I'll tell you why it's not gonna happen, yeah? First of all, these people are doing, these people like, for example, okay, let me tell you something, yeah? These people think ahead 5 centuries from now. Like, or a century from now, 100 years from now. They don't think about tomorrow. They think about what's gonna happen in the next 100 years, right? So they plan ahead, right? So what they do, for example, right now, what they're trying to do is get rid of the cash money and turn it to electric.
Debt.
Exactly.
Money is debt and debt is money.
Exactly.
That's what I learned in economics. And gold and oil, platinum, Brent oil, gas electric. See Nikola Tesla, for example. See if he was to die, there'll be wireless electricity.
They would.
They would be.
They would be. True.
You see, the thing, he's got the term from Atlantis.
What is it?
Atlantis.
Atlantis. He's got a term.
He got the term from Atlantis. He used their own scriptures and made his own wireless technology.
Okay.
That's where he got wireless technology from.
So the Atlantis people were the first.
Yo, you know what I'm thinking? Look, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, yeah?
And the same
No,
thing
we're
it
still
said,
talking, we're still talking.
the same thing it said in the Quran
Yeah,
as well.
Allah says this year in the Quran, yeah? He talks about us people or other people, whatever people after these people, yeah? He says, you think you guys got strength and power and knowledge and ability, whereby the people that got destroyed were more ahead of you.
More ahead of us, I know.
Bro,
I told you it's
it's
right
all
now.
clicking right now,
It's
bro.
clicking. Look, when you think about the Sumerians as well, the Sumerians and the Atlanteans were both had the same technology, or both around the same time. Why do you think a lot of tunnels go underneath the ground and go towards North Africa, go towards Egypt, go towards Germany, go towards China, underground tunnels?
What were they using it for?
What were they using it for?
So now they don't even know how
Like, hurry up, because we've got 2 more videos to be filmed on COE.
Okay, we're gonna be talking all day, man. Relax. What were you guys about to talk about? Anyways, let's continue. All right.
It's a really big subject.
It's a really big subject.
Really big subject.
All right, we'll keep
The
going on.
film is addressing the claim of slander against Muslims.
A what?
Claim of slander.
Slander, we'll talk about that as well.
Are we talking about
We'll
that?
talk about that as well.
Even more important.
We
We'll wrap up in a bit. We'll wrap up in a bit.
No, I have to go home.
Okay, use the leverage you need to cut out. Yeah?
Join in, bro, please. If you want to,
Okay, you don't have to reply. Let's keep talking. Man. All right, let's keep talking. So you were saying underground tunnels.
underground tunnels. You see, if you look in archaeology, there's a lot.
I like this guy, you know. Wallah.
See, if you look in archaeology, you see there's a lot of underground tunnels between Egypt, North Africa, Somalia, Sudan, Samaria, Iraq, Pakistan. Why they and what else? China. They have a lot of serpents as well. During those times.
Okay.
They're worshipping the serpent a lot of those times.
Okay.
You see a lot in China. They worship the dragon. Egypt, those worshipping the snake. Samaria worshipping another serpent.
You know, I
Mayan.
realized. Oh, wait, let me interrupt you. I was watching this. What's it called? You could call it a theory or whatever it is, yeah. But
Nothing's a theory.
I don't think
it's
that's
part of critical thinking.
That's what people
It's part
say.
of critical thinking.
See, the snake that you see that they use, it's not to represent a serpent or sin or whatever. It's to represent electrical currents.
It's wrapped around. Why do you think? Same thing Nikola Tesla had.
Exactly.
The same thing. It's
Electrical,
wrapped around.
Exactly. Electrical
Wrapped around.
current.
And
That's why when
Egyptians
you
had the
see-
same thing. Electrical currents, and they were holding it.
And also what they had is, Egypt, yeah, they found batteries, like literally massive stones.
Underneath on the pyramids.
Exactly, massive. Like they found these massive batteries. Like you can use a bulb to light those batteries. Wallahi, it was made out of stone, and inside it you have all the battery elements.
You see the pyramids. You see, no, let me give an example. Sphinx. How old the Sphinx is? How old do you think the Sphinx is?
I don't know, but the thing is old. But I don't know. You can tell me though.
The pharaohs used to call it ancient. Pharaohs called it ancient.
Where did the pharaohs get it from?
What the pyramids?
Yeah, no. It's talking
The
about
Sphinx.
Sphinx.
They said
It's a long thing.
in archaeology, in the scriptures and in hieroglyphics, it said that before the pharaohs came and the Egyptians came, the Sphinx was there already before they built the pyramids.
Before they built the pyramids, it was
Before they built the pyramids, the Sphinx was there. Think how old the Earth is right now, then. Civilization can go and come. It goes around, comes around. It happens.
Let me make a statement.
Think about Mars.
See, when you wait, let me interrupt you. I was listening to this lecture a few nights ago on YouTube, yeah, and the guy was talking about before Adam was created, and he raised the hand. He said, "You know what?" He said, "Before
Can I
us."
stand here
Yeah,
instead
sure, bro, sure.
Because I need to.
It's fine. So he said, before Adam was created, there used to be beings that used to live here, and he said the fact that people think it was the jinns.
And they came from the underground.
Exactly, but the
They came
jinns,
from underground.
already existed, anyways. But they were beings who were like men, right? They were like men, but they were not men. They were not like us. So when their time was over, Allah then chose us to replace them. Remember when Allah says, "Inni ja'ilun fil ardi khalifa." I'm gonna put a successor on earth. Who are you succeeding? For you to succeed, there's got to be something here. And then obviously, you know what they did? I've watched another video that was showing certain electrical engines that date back, not like literal engines that we really know. It's very complicated. Like when you look at it, it looks like so complicated.
The Tesla coil.
It's so
The Tesla coil.
ancient,
The
right?
Tesla coil.
Exactly. And they found little skeletons. Right, little skeletons, so small, like kind of small, like smaller than a human being, like that small, right? And you could see the head, the legs, and everything, and they were buried in a little coffin, but a weird-looking coffin.
Also, the Quran
And when they looked into the DNA, no creature on earth that has that DNA.
had matched the same DNA.
Bro, I was like, what is going on?
You know what you need to do? There's a lot of things. History has been suppressed.
It is.
It has been
There are
suppressed
things
for
that
a
they're hiding
reason.
from us.
So it can cause conflict now. Why do you think there's a lot of conflict now?
Confusion, man.
Because
They don't want everyone to know, like.
it's because why do you think the 1% of the world they don't want us to know the truth?
Actually, I wouldn't say truth, but some knowledge. They have some knowledge.
They have knowledge. Why do you think Masonic people, Masonic? I'm talking about Masons. I'm talking about scholars.
Somali corner, yeah?
Yeah, man.
what's
We're
happening,
digging
bro?
deep though. Some
I'm
conspiracies
Moroccan
and that.
as well.
That is never okay.
No, no, bro.
He's not Somali though.
Not Somali, okay. Alright. That's people, bro.
Zakaria, man.
Zachary. Say my name off camera. Off camera still. What's up, my brothers? It's good.
So we were
Stay
digging
locked
some.
in, stay locked in. Subscribe to content over everything.
And also subscribe to Somali Corner. The link will be below. Somewhere there.
And Instagram as well. Critical Zach. I'm very, very critical. Very, very critical.
So what's the topic of the
Now, we
conversation?
were on some. We can call it conspiracy, but
It's not a conspiracy.
But it's a fact. If
Nothing
you look
can-
in other words.
Nothing is a conspiracy, brother. I'm telling you this right now.
Yeah.
Conspiracy, the term conspiracy theory, it disobans a critical thinker.
True. I
The
like
term conspiracy
I like
theory came from the JFK assassinations, so we don't question the government.
Before that.
that's deep.
Even before that, when the world is flat, put around. That's where it came from as well.
Yeah.
But people don't understand the Quran.
By the way, the moon landing is fake. It's been
apparently,
debunked.
But we want to go to Mars.
I know, but we didn't.
But we want to go to Mars.
But we didn't even be to the moon.
but we want to go to Mars.
But it's not gonna happen.
But
though.
do you see the stupidness?
Yeah, you know Armstrong, innit? Like, he was a Christian, innit? They asked him, yeah.
He's a Mason as well.
Yeah, they asked him.
Also a Mason.
To swear on the Bible, innit? That he went to the moon, he couldn't do it. And plus, you know the picture of him landing on the moon, you can see from the reflection of his, what do you call it? His astronaut, what do you call it? Hat. You can see like the reflection of cameras and what do you call it? Of it was like a room basically. You know what I mean? It's like a Photoshop.
Also, no, apart from
CGI.
that, apart from that. Sorry. You know when the rocket is landing on the moon, you know the little thing with the little.
You can see it CGI.
No, not only that. What I'm really baffled about it is like who was there ready at the moon to take a picture of that thing landing on the moon.
No, even that. You know how they say there's no wind. You know how they say there's no wind.
Do you get what I'm saying though?
There's no wind, basically. You know how there's no gravity.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, do you know how there's no gravity?
Yeah.
You know there's no gravity in the
Gravity.
The flag was moving in there.
The flag was moving. And there was no wind, like. It doesn't make sense. How the flag moving?
But do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Look at the National Space Station, for example. Unidentified flying objects. Example. You said you heard of the black satellite?
Black satellite. Is it the news thing?
The black? No. This is before that. Nikola Tesla had a transmission from the black satellite when he was building his Tesla coil. And the black satellite, they went up to space. Went into the National Space Station, and it took a picture. It showed a black satellite there for 4 years. It's been there, and then it vanished, and then it came back. That is deja vu, because a lot of people think, they don't believe in. Me, I call them jinns. I think of aliens as jinns. Because
I would say the same because jinns are able to fly about and shit.
They're able to fly, but also jinns can actually become invisible entities. They are invisible entities either way. But
well, let me explain that.
Jinns are only on Earth though.
Let me explain that.
Jinns can be with you and they can be off planet. I don't know.
Wait, let me explain that. For example, for you to understand a jinn, you have to understand the dimension that you live in, right? Because there are different dimensions.
Multiple dimensions.
There are different dimensions.
There's different loads.
Actually, they would say it's 10, but I think it's 7.
Have you watched Rick and Morty?
No. Oh, Rick and Morty, yeah.
You understand when
Yeah,
there's multiple dimensions
Yeah.
in different subjects, different societies,
Yeah.
different planets, different chaos. I can come to another dimension and you could be a completely different person towards me.
Let me finish this, yeah? So you have different dimensions. They will say it's 10, but I'm saying it's like 7. Because remember, everything is 7. For example, you have different layers of the atmosphere is 7, different layers of clouds 7, different layers of everything is 7. Now, if even colors are 7. If the rainbow colors are 7. You get me? Now, we have different dimensions. Now we have 1, 2, 3. So we live in a third dimension. A third dimension is like, it's kind of delusional, right? For example, and the most delusional thing that you see in the third dimension is light. Light deceives you a lot. For example, the green grass, it's not actually green. It's every color but green, right? It's hard to digest, but that's how it is, right? And most of what you see is like 0.1. And also when you're looking at people, it's like you don't see them in the whole 3D thing. You only see, for example, 2D.
Lights.
Yeah. A 3D dimension sees in a 2D, and a 4D sees in a 3D. So for example, the jinns, they could be in a 4D. Even the jinns have different dimensions. Different jinns live in different dimensions.
They can go through different dimensions.
So basically, a jinn is able to see you through like everything that you are, like see you through everything. That's why you hear a jinn possessed them. Meaning like, because they're able to see through you, out of you, the whole of you, everything, right? And what they see time is whatever that we see. Like for example, like colors, they see extra colors, but we are limited. So anyways, long story short, when you say jinns, for example, there's a verse in the Quran that says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has spread His creation around the universes, right? And if He wills, He can make them meet. That's deep, bro. Allah says that if He wills,
He can make realms meet. He can make dimensions meet.
Other beings outside Earth.
Exactly. And
Even,
Allah says,
even on Earth.
Yeah. On
Even
Earth,
on
yeah,
Earth.
true. But there's another thing, let me complete. There's a verse in the Quran that says, Allah has created 7 heavens and 7 earths like our earth. And each of them He has spread these, And
dimensions?
7 earths, like
Realms.
parallel earths, I think. It could be.
another term for it in Greek mythology and Roman mythology. We talk about dimensions and realms. They used to call it realms 17,000 years ago, and 15,000 years ago. They used to call it realms. And we use another term for it, dimensions. Like dimensions can go up to hundreds. There's hundreds. Literally, you can carry on going.
Trillions or quadrillions.
You can carry on going. See, if you use, there's a thing that scientists use right now, which is a dark matter camera, where you can spot invisible entities.
Oh, that's true.
You can
I've
spot
seen it on
dark
YouTube as well.
matter. Imagine, have you heard of the Hadron Collider? CERN. They rip space and time by smashing two particles together.
Repeat that again?
They rip space and time by smashing two particles together. A B plus positive particle and an A plus positive particle. They're both smashing it together to create a negative particle, which is dark matter, and which they use a camera and you could see it moving around that particle. And if you turn it around, you can see entities that went through that particle.
Damn. See, there's a lot of things we don't understand, bro. It's just crazy.
You see, science is in religion. People don't understand that.
Aki, look. There's something that have you studied sacred geometry?
Yes.
You see how
Geometrical ley lines of the planet.
See, this guy knows, man. He knows a lot, bro. Look, a lot of people don't know this shit. For example, look, I'm wearing a bag. You see, that's the flower of life and that.
Flower of life.
Exactly. That the reason why they call it flower of life, it's not because it's the flower of life, literally, but it's
geometrical.
Like
You can see it.
Every shape
has
that
a mathematical presence.
nature offers is in here. Every shape, because any shape you think about it, you'll find it here. You can even find a cube in
Square,
here.
triangle, circles.
Anything.
Mostly square, triangle, and circles.
Yeah.
And hexagons.
You can see a 3D cube.
You see the planet.
You can see any shape.
Let me give you an example. You see the planet. The planet has geometrical ley lines. It creates the flower of life, the whole planet. If you match every single ancient site together. If you match an ancient site to the Bank of England, to the Tower of London, towards Egypt, towards the Stonehenge, towards the Mayan pyramids, towards the Chinese pyramids, it will bring up a pattern. Mostly it brings up the Star of David 4 times around again and again and again and again.
Did you know? You know, I realized. I mean, this could be. All right, I'm just gonna say it. Look, basically, you know the cube, right? But basically, shape.
Geometrical cube.
Yeah, shape. The reason why they call it sacred is because some shapes are religious representative, right? For example, Muslims, we have the cube, right? The Jews have the Star of David.
Hajj.
Again, what we say. So the cube, the Star of David, and then different things. Now, when you join the lines of the Star of David, you know what it becomes? It becomes a 3D cube. And
Flip it over.
now you join the line. It becomes a 3D cube. And you know what happens? You know what the Jews do when they're praying? They have a black cube.
They have a black cube on
their
here.
head. And then that's how they bow.
Yeah, the black cube when they put a letter in it, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So basically, the reason why they don't show you the full form is because they say this is like the shape is holy. We don't want to expose it.
Okay.
You get me? And then you have circle. Let me finish. You know what a circle is? A circle. Remember, like Prophet ﷺ said, if you sit in a circle and in that circle people are talking about Allah, angels will descend down. Did you know that every time a circle is formed, people are talking about something spiritual? For example, in the Hajj, how do people go?
In the Kaaba.
Circle.
They go.
When the earth is moving, you know when I realized the Quran says that the sun, the moon, and the earth and all the heavenly bodies worship who? Worship Allah. I was wondering how do they worship Allah? But then I'm thinking, wait, I look at the Kaaba, people are rotating anti-clockwise.
You go on Muslim Pro, you could see when the sun moves and when the moon comes up. So everything has got to do in Islam has got geometry in it, has astronomy in it.
Yeah.
See, we wouldn't know the dates of Eid if we didn't have astronomy.
True.
We wouldn't know. It's geometry as well.
Let me finish it off. So you have a circle, like people just going around in a circle, right? And then, so us doing that circle, we are chanting what? The name of Allah, at the same time moving anti-clockwise. But then you see Earth doing the same thing that we're doing, moving in a circle, round and round and round. And then you see the galaxies doing the same thing that we're doing, moving round and round and round. And then you see the universe doing the same thing that we're doing, going round
It's
and
a
round
369 wave like this.
Exactly.
369 wave, like it goes like that. Even Nikola Tesla had that.
Exactly.
369. 369
Allah says if the religion is heavenly, it should mimic what? It should mimic the heavens. it should have the style of the heavens. That's why what we do is aligns to the heavens and the heavenly bodies and what it forms. It's deep, man. I like this guy. Well, I haven't had this conversation for a long time, you know. I swear to God. This is the first time I've been on camera talking about this, man.
I could speak about loads of things. Loads of things.
Akhi,
It depends
take
what
my number,
subject.
we're going to talk, man. Wallah,
Depends.
I'm going to give you my number.
I could speak for hours.
Same,
hours.
this,
Well, I learned a lot today, man.
I know.
Bro, we're all brothers here. Let me give you some dawah. You gotta search for your path and your own knowledge. You have to. Forget what we're saying. Do your own research.
You have to go on your own journey.
Go on your own journey. Do your own research.
Yeah.
Forget this society. Forget road. Forget all of this. Forget everything. Forget everything. Me, I had to break free from this corrupt society so I can focus on myself and build my
Look,
brain.
divide and conquer is within the Islamic Ummah, bro. Look,
That's
for example,
what these figures happening
right
now.
now we're talking about geometry and how some shapes have important meaning, right? Because humans, you know what ancient humans would do? If something had very great importance, especially Muslims, they can't draw faces, but they would draw symbols of what it means. Because sacred geometry or the art of geometry they got it from the Muslims. It was invented by the Muslims, you get me? So what I'm saying at the end
The
of the
first
day...
university opened in Morocco as well.
Yeah. So basically...
The first
The
one.
first Muslim university opened in Morocco.
It was opened by a woman, right?
Yeah, something Fatima. Yeah.
First university in Morocco, and I've been there before, and it's the most beautiful place ever. But like I said, brother, like you have to go on your own path.
Definitely, man. I've been looking.
You have to.
I've been looking into.
You gotta just sit at home and just study.
Well, like, you know, the reason why I don't talk about this kind of stuff like in front of people, like some people just be like,
It interferes with their reality.
They don't get it. Yeah?
I'm gonna go with Kiddo, innit?
Wallah, you guys leaving now?
Yeah, it was nice talking to you.
I'm gonna
It was
keep
nice
this.
meeting you.
That's me. Listen, bro, you take what I said, okay?
Yeah, definitely, man. Hey, yo, my brother, put him in a group chat, innit?
Which one? Yeah, we're gonna let's create a new group chat that we just talk about this kind of stuff.
Put a group chat out here and send me the link tonight. I
Alright,
want to read
we'll
about
do
that.
it, we'll do it.
Wallah,
Take
I
my
never
number.
heard about that. I learned a lot today.
Cool.
Let's go, Zay. Let's fly.
Oh, so I'm gonna give you my number, but off camera, innit? Off camera, because I don't want people to calling me like pranking me and shit.
Let them
Yeah,
prank. I will say my number here. Let them prank.
Here's another interesting, brother. You wanna talk or you wanna leave?
I'll listen to what you have to say.
Yeah, so we'll talk.
It's a lot of things.
It's a lot of
It's a
things.
lot of
There's
things.
a lot of things.
I hear.
Very educational.
No, not even very educational. Certain people, it will interfere with their reality if I speak about this.
a
They
bit too
will
deep,
have
yeah?
to walk off.
Deep, man. We
They'll
went
walk
deep.
off.
I need
Like the
some
same way
fire
Tan
first,
walked
one
off.
second.
The same way. The same way.
Have you got one?
Like the same way Tan walked off away from me. He walked off.
You got some fire?
Fire.
Yeah.
Brika.
Brico. Oh, Brico. The Maghrebi.
Yeah, man.
You don't know. Yeah, go on.
See,
Don't let me stop your comment.
earlier, I was talking to some Salafis, like Wahhabis, innit? That's what I'm gonna call them. So what they were doing is that basically they were coming up to me like, we're just discussing and talking about stuff, and then boom, I think it started with, you know, is the Prophet the best human being in the world, right? And then I said that, you know what, the Prophet is the best creation. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the best creation but it's the best creation when it comes to us and animals and
He learned
everything
from
else,
them.
right?
He learned from his mistakes.
Yeah, but he's not better.
In what sense?
He's not better in the sense that, you know, he's better than Isa alayhi salam, Musa alayhi salam, because Allah says in the Quran, la bayna tafarruq sorry, I'm saying it wrong. There's no differences between the prophets. All the prophets are the same, basically. You understand?
I don't know, I feel like making it a bit challenging for you.
What do you
What
mean?
about the fact that he's Khatim al-Nabiyyin? Khatim al-Anbiya?
He's Khatim. He's Khatim al-Nabi. Oh, he's Khatim al-Anbiya. But look, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, right? Because at the end of the day, every prophet has something special. Every prophet has something special, right? Musa alayhi salam could speak to Allah.
Something unique about it.
Yeah. So Muhammad alayhi salam had something special. He was the Khatim, and he received the final miracle and the final revelation.
You know what makes me most upset about Muhammad? Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I can't say it, but I've got a list with
It's
it.
fine, bro.
He lost his wife, his children, and he still carried on. He didn't give up.
He was a messenger, bro.
And that gives me the strength not to give up.
Yeah.
Because I learned from the prophets.
Yo, Umar, what's up, man? Why are you shouting?
They're like, you would think that.
Yeah, let's continue. So we were saying, man, it was deep, man.
There's a lot of things. I mean, I lost it for a moment.
I know.
What else you want to talk about?
Bro,
Like, give me a subject.
I forgot the camera was there, man. I forgot the camera was there.
No.
I swear.
You have to give me a subject. Is the camera even on? Can you, bro, can you check the camera if it's on, please?
Is it on?
Is it recording?
Cool. Yeah, anyways, that's a different subject that we'll do something else some other time.
Okay, let's start another subject.
Let's talk.
Any subject you want to talk about.
Let's talk about the spiritual world. That's something I want to sink into. The spiritual world, like literally, like different dimensions.
What kind of spirituality you want to talk about?
Basically, I want to talk about. We call it spiritual.
I call it. There's spirituality. There's spiritual, and there's third eye spirituality. That's a conscious, but I don't believe in a third eye concept because I don't believe in it as well. But there's different terms. There's differences. Like people spiritual meaning as meditating, just doing basic spirituality, and then there's intense where your consciousness matters, your food matters, your water matters. And then not eating for... When do you think Ramadan actually cleanses your body? Ramadan cleanses your body spiritually. And it's the reason why Allah gave it to us. To cleanse us. To cleanse us. And I see a lot of Buddhists, a lot of people these days, they don't understand the fact that cleansing your body is a part of you being human. You have to. Once a year, you have to just cleanse from all these toxins. You have to. Like, forget green tea, forget detox foods. Just don't eat. Just don't eat.
Yeah.
And you feed it. Like this Ramadan, I thought, mashallah, I've been fasting. I fasted the whole time.
Mashallah.
And
let me express, or let me just explain why I don't accept the third eye concept. Yeah.
I don't either.
First of all, the third eye concept comes from it's a symbol
demonic possession
of the wait, before we get there, it's the symbol of the pineal gland. Am I saying it right? I always say it wrong.
Pineal gland.
Pineal gland in your brain, basically.
Pineal gland. Yeah. The pineal gland is your perception. Whatever that you see, the colours and everything that you see, it comes from the pineal gland.
Imagine changing
your
those colours.
consciousness. That's why when you're dying, also the pineal gland is able to see the spiritual world. That's why when you're dying, you see people saying like, there are people that talk about, they see things. They see another world or whatever. That is their pineal gland opening up because that's the last chance.
They're seeing dimensions.
It releases DMT into the brain.
So why don't you believe in it then?
Huh? No, I don't accept the word third eye because it's been associated with a lot of
demonic possession,
or a lot of Hinduism and all that kind of stuff.
What's the Hindu
But it
god
originally came from the pharaohs, isn't it? Egypt.
You can see it, but also you flip it over. You know what that represents?
Yeah. Or the pine cone. The pine cone
it also represents the pine cone if you flip it
So
round.
what about things like karma? Do you believe in karma?
I believe in Qadr.
I believe in Qadr as well.
But karma is like...
Qadr is just like karma, but it's completely...
It's a different word.
It's a
Same
different...
meaning.
In Islam, it's more like...
It's fate.
It's fate. So if you do me something wrong to this person, I can't retaliate. But something will happen to him. The same way that something happened to me.
Karma is basically what you do
will come back to you.
It's the same.
Will come back. You'll see it.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, but we wouldn't say karma. Okay,
we
for
wouldn't
example,
say we say karma.
Okay, there's another way of explaining. Let me explain this. Yeah. See, I believe that everything in this world is connected, but humans are connected somehow. It's a certain design that Allah made it. They're connected. Everything. Yeah, everything is connected, but we humans are not connected with nature. We are connected to nature, but nature is not connected to us. Meaning that if you remove human beings from this world, nature would continue and flourish. But if you remove certain elements from nature,
Humans won't.
Oh wait, but if you remove humans,
No, you say if you remove humans, nature will flourish.
Will
But
flourish.
if you remove
Certain elements,
if you remove
humans won't
nature,
flourish.
even humans will die.
Humans can't survive that.
Even humans can't survive. Forget about nature. Nature will die, but humans will die with it.
Okay.
Right? That means that humans are connected. Humans are connected to the nature, but nature
Wait,
is
so
not
you're
connected
saying if you take out a piece of nature, even nature itself will die?
to it. For example, bees and ants.
If you take out ants out of the whole
Basically,
universe,
Ants work for a
Earth won't
reason.
be-
What do
Earth won't
ants
be
work for?
fertilized.
What do ants do?
You tell me.
They build colonies.
Oh, wait, before
They
that,
reproduce.
and
they help.
fertilize the earth. They
They
fertilize.
fertilize. They fertilize. So-
They bring the inner soil that's down, bring it up,
See,
take
if you-
that one down to recycle. They recycle the earth. Yeah.
See, if you put aluminium in the ground in an ant's nest, you bring it out, you will see a whole colony. You see, what's it called when you flip the third eye? What's it called again?
When you flip the third eye.
Pine cone.
Pine cone. You see the pine cone in the colony. You bring it up.
So they move in the formation of
They
a
move
pine
in the
cone.
formation of a pine cone.
Wow.
Geometrical.
So you're saying
Sorry, you mean
everything
no,
moves in this
no, he's talking
formation.
about spiral. You mean spiral?
They move within a spiral.
Everything in nature spirals, isn't it? Like Earth moves in a circle, the universe spirals, the galaxy
We move in a
spiral.
circle as well.
The birds move in a
How do
spiral.
you guys feel about, for example,
Your
you're
finger,
seeing
your
me
fingerprints are spiraling.
and you're seeing me solidly here in one place.
But me and him, we could see you in a different interpretation.
So am I
And-
spiraling around? You.
What? No. Okay, let me explain.
Yeah, I need
All
that.
right. Okay. For example, you see, everything has a spiral. For example, a shell. You know, a snail shell.
Yeah.
It has a spiral, right? You know, birds when they're flying, right? It's spiraling, right? For example, if you want to use a magnet, for example, if you want to create a magnet from a nail, you have to spiral that wire into the nail several times to create that magnet. It creates. You get me? All right. What's it called? There's a lot of things that can. A lot of examples of.
Sound waves
Yeah,
themselves are
it is
spiraling.
exactly spirals. Everything spirals.
Hurts,
Yeah.
hurts.
Birds. Well, let me finish. Birds, when they fly in the spiral. Flowers have a spiral in it. Your hair has a spiral in it. Your fingerprints spiral. It's not like you're literally spiraling, but you have that nature element, that signature.
What is the
You
significance?
have that signature, huh?
What is the significance of that?
Because that is a signature of, like, for example, God's
Life.
Signature.
It's life.
Okay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, reflect from nature, like look into nature and reflect from it. So if you look into nature and you see some elements that keep repeating, and it shows you like it's a signature of God. Like
Nice.
this is from God. This is because it all has the same element, the same thing, keep repeating.
Do you think we should do what the Sufis do and just spiral around?
We
the whirling dervishes.
we already spiral around the Kaaba. That's what we do.
So why don't we spin around ourselves?
No, we don't do that. We can't do that. But if you're gonna do that, you can do it another way. You can do
Why
dhikr.
can't
No, actually, wait, that's different. Because associate that with something else.
Why
That's a different knowledge.
No, it's just what
You know what I'm talking about now,
it's just what you said that if you just spin around now,
Yeah.
See, you don't understand still.
you're not
I don't
understanding.
understand.
You're not understanding.
I'll admit it, I don't understand.
Maths, geometry is maths.
Yeah.
See, if you study geometry, you understand the nature of a spiral and what it does to the planet and what it does to us as humans. See, you can't see it, but you are spinning around. You don't know it's there.
Like, 'cause
It's the same thing as gravity. You don't know it's there. It's geometry. You don't know it's there. But
So
if
how can I see
if I was
this
to bring
spin?
out a dark matter camera and show you, you could see geometrical ley lines around us.
Around
yeah,
us,
I don't.
people.
Sorry, personally, I don't agree with that.
You don't
but-
agree? But
Nah.
this is his opinion. I have my own opinion.
Yeah, true.
But we still got to agree on each other's opinion.
Yeah,
And still
but
got.
At the same time, let me just explain this here. So basically, what happens is this: when we talk about spiral or things that, hey, are you going up? Yo, what's happening?
The light run out, innit?
Oh, you're cutting out.
Yeah, no, but you got to wrap up, we're going to try wrap it still.
All right.
Doing something else as well.
We're gonna finish this off.
Wrap up.
Whoa.
Say, listen, come next week.
No. Wait. Let's talk for a bit. Listen. So basically, let me just explain this for a little bit. Yeah. When I mean like everything is spirals, I don't mean like I don't mean like
Physically
physically
spiraling.
spiraling.
Physically
But there are some elements that when you look into it, you will see like for example, look, why does when you look into a flower, it has that spiral.
Yeah, it has two spirals.
Oh, thank you. When you look into a pine cone,
You look into a snail.
it has spirals.
Two spirals, yeah.
When a snake moves,
Spiral.
waves and spirals. Sound waves, spiral. Your hair, the bird, everything in the Kaaba when we're praying to Allah or when we're doing tawaf,
Spiral.
we spiral. The earth spirals around. The universe, the galaxy.
We move with it.
So basically what I'm telling you is that this is something, for example, let's just say everything in heaven or anything in outside earth spirals, right? And God said, for example, if Islam is the religion of God or it's from the heavens, then it should have the nature of where it's from. like for example, the elements, for example, like, okay, like the Kaaba, yeah? Let's come back to the Kaaba. The Kaaba, when you spiral around the Kaaba and you look at it, but when you fast forward the Kaaba, it just looks like a cube standing in the middle and just like things spiraling around like that. Too fast, yeah? But when you look into the galaxies, you see a little hole
You see the
and
spiral.
everything's spiraling fast. Right? So basically, for you to say that, for example, this is from God, this is from the heavens, that you should have elements of the heavens, elements of something that you could actually be like, okay, see, this is like this, that is like this. So this religion is from God means like, do you get the philosophy?
I get the gist, but this information, how
By
can
the way, are you a Muslim, by the way?
I believe in God.
I spoke to you before, right? Yeah, we had a lot of agreements. So yeah.
I was saying, how does this information, I mean, like, how is it beneficial and how do you implement it?
How's what?
Hold on.
How is it beneficial, how do you implement it?
Hold on. You say you believe in God. What God?
God, I believe
You
in,
believe in one God.
I believe in a being.
A higher.
I wouldn't say a being.
The highest being.
I wouldn't say a
I wouldn't
being.
see a being.
I would say a being
Why would you say a being?
because it bees.
But something that's being, okay. Before this being came to be, you had to start.
It was being.
But I would say,
That's all it was doing, being.
okay, it was always being.
Yeah.
But when did it stop being?
Before it started being, it was being, not started being. It was being something.
You know what? You know what I like to say.
All you can say is it's a being.
You know what I like to say?
Yeah.
I believe in one. I believe in the one, the divine.
Yeah.
I believe in Allah, the creator.
Allah, the creator.
That's what I would use, because when I say being, because me and you are beings. The animals
I
are beings.
believe, because if I say something,
Yeah.
then you
No,
say
no,
this
no.
is a thing.
No, it's
you
not.
say someone,
No,
you say it's a one.
No, not someone.
If it's a being,
Well, you
that
gotta
means it
define.
is an
You
isness.
gotta
You're not
define.
You're not listening.
You gotta define
I
it.
didn't say someone. Sorry, I didn't say someone. I didn't say something. I said I believe in the one.
Okay.
Right?
Is it being anything right now?
The one.
It's the
The
one.
creator.
It's the one
It's
being
something.
right now.
So you're talking about. So when you're raising this,
All I'm talking about is what is the one doing right now?
the one exists.
So it is being existent.
It is. But
Being existent.
okay, you can use that. But I'm saying
That's why I
like,
said being, because a being could be
yeah.
anything that it could be.
Are you trying to define being?
I'm trying to define the reason I'm using the word being as opposed to any other words to describe whatever this is.
Anyways, let's come back to the main subject. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brother,
So I believe whatever this is,
brother.
this or he or she or be or whatever, yeah.
It.
The existence, there is an existence. Are you happy?
Yeah.
There's an existence. Because I don't believe it exists and don't exist simultaneously,
Yeah.
so it's the next thing. Basically, this existence must be higher, more powerful, more knowledgeable than anything.
That's Islam, bro. You should take the Shahada right now, bro.
Yeah, but that's also...
You gotta read it in classical Arabic, brother.
Wait, let
You
me
need
explain
to-
Islam
you
to
need
you. Because last time I
understand.
explained it, but people kept interrupting us. Now let me explain. Sorry to interrupt you, but a little bit, yeah. First of all, a Muslim, right? A Muslim means someone that submits the will of God. Okay, a Muslim means peace. It comes from the word musallim, which means to submit to peace. Back in the days, Arabs, when they go into war, whatever.
Oh, I thought it meant submission.
No. Musallim, submit to peace.
No, but Muslim means submitter.
Someone who submits, like musallim, it comes from the root word submitting to peace, right? So for you to submit to peace, right? Obviously you're not gonna submit to a human being's peace because human being's peace doesn't last forever. So for you to submit to peace, what you do is that you, first of all, okay, there are different levels. Look, there is awareness, right? There is then there's understanding God. Like for example, I can tell you've been through the awareness. You start looking around, like you're aware now, something's not right, and then you start thinking about God. Now you have God because the way you explain it to me about God is perfect. Now one thing else you need to do, I think you're already on the road, is clarity.
Clarity. I
Clarity.
have no clarity.
No, I'm not saying you don't have
But
clarity.
I'm telling you, I have no clarity.
See, exactly. So right now you finished 2 stages. Now how do you get to clarity?
How?
Now, yeah. So the question is
What
how?
I'm doing now, innit?
Exactly.
I ask everyone.
Thank you. Now,
Well, you got to do your own research as well, bro.
This is my research.
Now,
This is not your
wait, what's
research.
the-
This is
okay,
my
wait,
research.
let me
Opinions.
let me
Yeah,
finish.
this is part of my
Let me
research.
let me just finish. Yeah. Now, for you to get to clarity, you went through this and now, right? So now let's talk about God. Yeah. See, in this world, there are different types of light. There is
Lights.
light. Yeah. There is a given light, and there is a borrowed light. A given light, for
So
example.
a source and a reflection.
Exactly, thank you. So right now, your soul you have a given light in you, a light that is natural, right? And that light, the energy of that light only can be lit and be happy, or can be more strong and more what's it called? Or can find clarity through connecting to the source of all light. For example, the moon, right, borrows light from what? The sun. What is the sun? Sorry, what is the moon without the sun?
It's a dark. It doesn't exist.
So you, right? You have this light, and for example, for example, where does the sun get its energy from?
From the combustion of gases and metals.
Exactly.
And elements, basically.
Elements. So those elements didn't just come together like out of nowhere. No, right? So the same thing.
Heat, oxygen,
Exactly. But still, though the sun itself, has that natural light. So you have that natural light. For you to keep for example, for you to have more clarity in you, you have to connect to the source of all light, which is God, right? The creator, the being, the divine, the light of all light. So once you connect yourself to that being, then you become. Have you heard the word enlightenment? I got enlightened.
Yeah.
You get me? For example, you become. What does that mean? Because your soul is now blinkering. It's light. For example, there's a verse in the Quran that talks about Nurun ala Nur. And I'll take your number later. I'll send you a sheikh called Numan Ali Khan. And the way he explains it, bro, I'm being a bit emotional, but it brought tears to me because he just did it perfectly. And he talks about how every human being has a burning light, and that light burns without, through the source or through the energy of the connection to the divine. For example, when you worship, even though you don't see things. For example, like I said earlier, our eyes only see no point.
Seven light color spectrum.
Yeah, it's just too small that we see.
It is only 20 hertz to 120
Exactly.
megahertz. Yeah.
When you're praying and when you're actually feeling this spiritual awakening, there are things that are going around you that you cannot see.
You cannot understand.
Exactly, but you can feel it. It's like the wind. You can feel the wind, but you can't see the wind. But there are beings that can literally see the wind and what it looks like in different colors. You get me? So it's like that.
But I believe we can see that. I agree with everything you're saying, except for the fact that we can't. I believe we can see it.
See what?
Everything you're saying that we can't.
No, we can see it. I say we can see it, but it's not visible to us. For example, we said,
I get it.
For example, in Judgment Day, when the world is about to end,
The
guess what's
mind
going to
has
happen?
been suppressed by sodium.
Yeah, not only that. You see, I was talking about the pineal gland earlier, right? So the pineal gland is the doorway, it's the doorway to seeing things that you cannot see, because it's been like in the Quran or in the Hadith, it says that there is a veil between us and the unseen. So, what do you use to see? Your eyes.
Yeah.
Where does your eyes borrow this light and all this illusion that you see? The brain. Where does the brain borrow that? From the pineal gland. So your pineal gland is limited at the moment. But on Judgment Day, what would happen is that it will be open.
So what you're saying is the pineal gland is responsible for the processing information that the brain actually uses.
Exactly. That's why, look.
So the pineal gland is the brain of the brain.
But you can access this, right? For example, when you talk about spiritual leaders, right? Sometime they left a corrupt nation that was blocking their mind, and they go to a place where they can be alone and explore, right? Because right now they are awake.
Yeah.
See, right now, look, they're in a state of awakeness and awareness, right? So what happens is this: boom, they leave their people because it's causing a lot of distraction. For example, Buddha, right? A lot of Muslims say that Buddha was a prophet to his people, though his religion got changed along the way. So what Buddha did is that he left his people to seek enlightenment, to understand, because he left his people, he was the king, he saw people dying, and he saw death.
Who's this?
Buddha, right? So at the end of the day, what happened is, some people say he's a prophet, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to every nation we've sent a prophet, right? Because for example, if the religion of Buddha wasn't, if it was falsehood, it wouldn't have spread so fast. But coming back.
Muhammad,
Huh?
peace be upon him.
It was before. Way
That's the thing
before.
about Buddha though. How would you know?
How do you know he's not a prophet?
Because all right.
How do you know he's not a prophet?
Now how do you connect him either way? How do you know he is? How do you know he is?
All right. For example, look, for someone to see, for you to recognize a prophet, is that you have to see his teachings, right?
And his teachings
So his teachings, right? His teachings is all about connecting to the higher power, right? But then obviously you have human interpretations as they did to the
Isn't
Bible.
that like Islamic teaching?
Yeah, yeah. You have the human interpretations as they did to the Bible and other scriptures that that just took the whole meaning away from. But if you go back to the original source, you see the connection to the one God and one believer and the higher power, self-enlightenment, all that kind of stuff. And for example, look, I'll tell you something that he said. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ask and you shall receive," which means pray and you shall receive. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said the same thing. Ask and you shall receive. Jesus sallallahu alaihi wasallam said the same thing. Ask and you shall receive. They had what?
No, it's like I drink water. Maybe it's
No, ask and you shall receive. You know what that means?
No.
For example, look.
Because look, give
You
me
make
a
dua,
million
you receive.
For example, look. Also, there's a hadith that says, if you're gonna ask for something, think of it like it's gonna happen. Like, don't ask for it and then think like, okay, I'm gonna wait for it or have doubts in it. Believe it like it's happening, like it's happening right now and it's gonna happen. You get me?
Where's my
So,
million parts?
yeah, so basically, inshallah, that's what we're gonna wrap up. It's gonna be part 2. We should come back for part
two
2.
next time, yeah.
Part 2 next Sunday. You should be here, man. I'm gonna call you. You need to be here
I
as well.
want to be involved in this convo
That's
as
it.
well,
It's
bro.
deep, innit?
Learning. Yeah, deep. I need to get into your depth as well, fam.
What depth?
Alright, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace. Subscribe to COE. Visit Somali Corner YouTube channel. Is it off?
Yeah, you got some
Alright,
things
okay.
to say, fam.
Somali Corner. Rock the Somali
what I'm
flag,
saying, but I wanna
inshallah.
go deeper
Assalamu
into
alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Content over everything. From your Come, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
Also got it inside of the Kaaba. So what my thing is this, what is the ritual or what is the involvement of your religion and the moon and the star where it needs to be inside your holiest of holiest places in gold? Okay. So you lot got something about using gold, ain't you? You not, yeah? Why?
It's just revealed that men do not wear gold.